In today's video, I feel like I need to be surrounded by some pets for some moral support because I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is... Sorry. Sorry. It's kind of difficult. Dante, move over. Yeah, move over a little bit. Sorry. Shall we? Here. There you go. Down, down. There you go. Oh, Muffin and Dante sleeping together. So today I just wanted to do like a spoiler-free review kind of for you all today regarding dry throat. Regarding Endgame that I went to go see yesterday night. So I went to go see the movie last night at around 10 p.m. And that was the only showing I could go to because I wanted to see it in 3D, and all the other earlier showings were like either completely sold out or they had very crepe seats left. Oh yes, big yawn, big yawn. When I was buying the tickets, I actually didn't look to see how long, oh yes, yes, big stretch. I actually didn't look to see how long the movie actually was. And it turns out the movie was freaking 3 hours long. So I went into the theater at 10 p.m. and I came out at like a little bit just after 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, what just happened? I literally had to pee for a whole hour of that 3-hour movie. And my stomach was just hurting so much. Yeah, I was building up with a lot of things like gaseous materials. And the whole time I was just like, please don't get a stomachache, don't get a cramp, don't get like a diarrhea stomachache or something like that, because I really didn't want to miss any of the movie, because I felt like if I went to the bathroom for even 5 minutes or something, that I would miss such crucial parts because it was the last hour of the movie and I didn't obviously want to leave. So because I had to pee incredibly bad, yes. Not to mention, my legs were cramping up, my back was really like sore and stiff. 3 hours was really hard to sit through. Not to mention, it seemed like every 2 minutes, someone was getting up to move. It was just very distracting, not to mention all the people that were constantly on their cell phones. There was like this guy to the side of me and there was 2 people in the front that kept checking their phones. All the time. And it was just so annoying because they were probably like, when is this movie over? How long is this movie? Is it almost done? What time is it? So it was just, all those factors were just so distracting and it just made my movie experience all that more negative. But there was definitely other reasons why I really didn't enjoy this movie as much as I wanted to. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm more so a Marvel fan than I am a DC Universe kind of girl. But don't get me wrong, I love my Batman. Batman will always be one of my top characters that I absolutely love. But I feel like nothing can really beat Marvel. And they've done such a great job with their movies recently, converging all these different movies and all these different characters into this one movie, which is just amazing. And I love the concept and I think that's just groundbreaking. But the second movie, I really wasn't a big fan of it. So please everybody, don't rip me apart, you know, for having an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. I'm not saying my opinion is right. I'm not saying that your opinion is right. Everyone has their own opinion, so it really doesn't matter. I feel like there really wasn't enough action to keep me interested. There seemed to be so much talking, so much speculation in this movie, so much like melancholy, like what's going on? And I understand that there's like a melancholy tone in this movie, but I would have liked to see just a little bit more action to keep me kind of interested in my seat where my legs are cramping up and my back's starting to hurt. The plot to me became a little confusing at times where I had to just kind of like zone out of the movie and I'm like, wait, what? Oh, okay, come back to the movie. There were kind of a lot of jokes, sometimes kind of ill-timed jokes where it's just like, okay, we've had kind of like enough jokes at this point, or it's like not really the right time for a joke. And there was kind of a lot of running gags throughout this movie as well, where it was just like, okay, we've had our fun with this running joke. I feel like the pacing and the tone of this movie was just all too slow and kind of bland a little bit. And I felt like there were a lot of convenient solutions to problems and complex issues that felt like they were just all too convenient. I don't know. I felt like they could have shaved a whole hour off this movie. Hey, at least 45 minutes. I just felt like this movie was... Am I still recording? Good. I thought it was blabbling and it wasn't even recording. I felt like this movie was a really exotic, expensive jam, you know? And they used this jam not on one piece of toast that it's meant for, but they tried to spread it over 2 pieces of toast. And it's like, what are you doing? I can't even taste the jam anymore because it's so thin. A thought occurred to me afterwards, and I was just like, you know what could have solved that whole problem of the movie being too long and people getting very antsy and irritated, and people also giving kind of negative reviews, you know, because of their experience, because it was like very unenjoyable. Why not bring back intermissions? Movie intermissions are a win-win-win for all 3 parties involved. It really is. Intermissions. The facility, boom, more people buying stuff, more people buying things at the concession, you know, buying drinks, treats, whatever. Refill on your popcorn. Win for the people. Oh, you get to stretch your legs, go for that pee break. You can maybe talk to some of your friends and some of the people around you and be like, oh, how are you liking the movie so far? Oh, what do you think is gonna happen next? What was that part about? Who is that person? Oh yeah. It's just a great way to kind of connect with people and kind of catch up and be excited about the next half of the movie and get that well-needed break you need while you're sitting there like a stiff stone, trying not to touch the person next to you. And I feel like it's also a win for the movie company as well. I mean, if we're happy and we're well rested and we're enjoying our experience, you're gonna get better reviews. And I feel like a lot of the reviews with this movie are going to be somewhat negative because of the length of this movie. I truly believe that. Today I actually messaged some people and I'm like, hey, did you go see Endgame? Did you go see Endgame? How did you like it? And I actually had 2 people out of all the people that I messaged say, no, I'm actually not going to see it because I'm not sitting in a seat for 3 hours. So I feel like people should really bring back intermissions. I don't see anything wrong with a movie intermission whatsoever. Obviously play within your limit, you know? You're not gonna be having a movie intermission when your movie's only like 2 hours. Is you gonna watch a movie for an hour and have an intermission? No, it should be like, you know, oh, if it's 3 hours, you know, boom, intermission right in the middle. So just my opinion. If there's a long movie, if the movie's over 3 hours, I think it should have an intermission. Another thing that I really would have appreciated during the movie is that for people that were a little unfamiliar with a lot of the characters, because let's face it, there was tons of characters. It was literally like everybody. But when people were coming, you know, into the plot and whatever, it would have been nice to have a little bit more dialogue just to introduce that character a little bit more. Hey, it's that guy. I understand that there is a portion of all the moviegoers that have seen every single Marvel movie, you know, could quote you every single character, be like, oh, that's I was gonna say that's Bozo. That's X, that's Y, that's Z. I know her, I know her, I know him, I know his backstory, I know her, I know who she is, etc., right? But it's just for some people that didn't see all those movies, it would have been nice if they just added just a little bit more dialogue. But there was a couple of guys, and one of the guys kept asking, be like, who's that? Who's she? What's that guy? Where's that guy from? Where's she from? What's her name? What's he all about? Could have made this film much more accessible to all audience members, not just people that are, you know, diehard fans, have seen every single movie, but just to kind of give a little bit more dialogue. That's why that character? Oh, that's why you recognize that person? And also I was a little disappointed with some of the direction the characters took in terms of like, oh, this character is like this now for the entire movie? Okay. Oh, this guy decided to be like this now. And the last negative thing that I'm gonna say about this movie is I was kind of disappointed in Thanos's part in this movie. I would have liked to see, by the way, Thanos always reminds me of a whale. You know, there's like kind of corrugated kind of chin that he's got, always reminds me of like the belly of a whale. But I just would have liked to see a little bit more Thanos. I would have liked to have a little bit more insight into him, you know? But I would have liked to see another side of Thanos. So all in all, my opinion of this movie was I felt bored. Save for the last little bit of the movie where it was probably one of the most epic things I've ever seen. But the whole movie was not enough for me to make that last part justifiable. The last part of the movie was like an emotional roller coaster and it was fantastic. And I wish that, you know, they cut out that whole beginning and a little bit of the middle and they just stuck with like the ending part because it would have made for a great movie. So in the comments down below, everybody, I'd love to hear what you thought of this movie. Did you like it? Meh, was it okay, or did you not really enjoy it? And please be mindful of people that haven't maybe seen the movie yet. Do not put any spoilers in the comments down below. If I read a spoiler, I will 100% be deleting it. So just please be mindful of the people that haven't seen it, guys. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with new videos every week. Come check me out on social media and help support the channel on Patreon. So thank you guys so much for watching and stay legendary. Don't tell.